So, what's bringing this video about is a news report I literally just watched. And it brought up a subject that I'd like to tackle. And this is probably going to be like just a part one of a part two, because there's more of this subject I want to explore, but I haven't like prepared any material or really thought it out. This is just a typical Billy Black rant. So hopefully I will explore more points in the future of this subject, and that is homelessness. And the news report was about people at a local downtown college where I live dealing with the homeless. And mainly it was, the females feeling threatened by the homeless because they catcall them, and, and they basically they harass them. They harass these girls on the street. And they don't do that to me when I go downtown. I go downtown a lot, but they don't do that to me because I'm a big, hairy guy. They actually, what's funny is, there might be a network of homeless people, like they all communicate with each other or whatever, because every single one of them calls me big man. That is just hey, big man, I know you want to help out a homeless vet, come over here, man. Or, hey, big man, I just need bus fare. So it's just bus fare to get home, man. Big man, I just need some money for my heartworm medicine. So there's a lot of that. So now I have encountered like some really aggressive homeless people, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just like, yeah, you can yell at me, dude. You can call me a piece of shit all you want to. It doesn't fucking bother me at all. I mean, look at me. I eat every day. You don't, so I can beat the shit out of you. And that's what the point of this video is just the carelessness we have on that. And what brings about is a girl that's being interviewed said, most of the time we just ignore them. And so like super hippie liberals could be like, you shouldn't ignore the homeless. You should help them. And now I believe, this is something what I'm about to say is super hippie liberal, and please forgive me for it, but when we look back in the 60s and 50s and we say, look at how we treated black people then. That is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. And this was, after slavery, after all the really fucked up shit we did to black people. Still, 50s and 60s, look at what we did. And nowadays, they're like, look at the 90s. Look at how we treated gay people. Look at how we treated gay marriage back then. And that's how our future is going to be. Eventually, we're going to reach a point where we say, look how we treated the homeless. People were homeless. They didn't have homes. They were touched mentally, or they were down on their luck. They had a disease. They were alcoholics, drug addicts, and we never helped them. And I am so fucking guilty of that. If there's like a homeless guy just laying in the street having a seizure, I'm going to step right over him and be like, get it together, asshole, Jesus Christ. Oh, I got to go buy some beer, And so there's this carelessness that comes with the homeless because it's such a norm for us. It's such a norm to see someone who has nothing, absolutely nothing, begging us to give them just anything. And we're just like, fuck you, asshole. Yeah, that's okay. Better lighting now. So we're just like, fuck you, asshole, And now there is part of me, the good part of me. Most of the time, I don't carry cash on me. I don't, and that's not an excuse. It's 2017. I'm not carrying cash on me. I have a debit card, all right? And they don't want food either. Here's something, let's shit all over the homeless right now, guys. They don't want food. Myself personally, and I've known other people that said, I don't have any money on me. I only carry a debit card, but, there's a sub sandwich shop right here. Let me get you a sandwich just so you can eat. And now I've seen this. Now I've done that, and they said, thank you, God bless you, and I left, whatever. But I have seen someone do that for someone, and then when they walked away, the homeless guy, swear to God, was like, and then he threw it in the trash. He threw the fucking food in the trash. So when I saw that, I'm like, what I would love to do if I had the money. I'm broke. The thing is, like, homeless, like, I'm down on my luck. I was like, I am too, asshole. Like, you work for food, I work for Visa. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. I'm lucky I can hold my life together right now. So I'm in the same fucking boat as you. I just have a fucking roof over my head because I didn't get addicted to drugs. That's the only thing that separates you and me. If I got addicted to drugs, I would be sleeping in the same cardboard boxes. You would be roommates. You know, we could spoon, whatever the fuck, you know, we want to do. Hang on. Completely forgot where my fucking point was for any of this. But anyway, but what I'd like to do if I had the money, it was just carry, you know, a handful of dollars, you know, like a couple fives, couple tens, whatever. And when they asked me for money, I'm like, all right, here, $15 right here. I want you to go buy liquor with this. No. Don't give me any of that religious bullshit. I don't want to hear about God at all. I want to hear about how you're going to get fucked up tonight. $15, you can buy some Bacardi 151, Everclear, whatever you need to do. Get fucked up tonight just to ease, because your life sucks. Nothing that you're going to do today is going to make your life better tomorrow. I promise you that. And I've grown up with people like that. I've grown up in squalor. I know people. I know the lost causes. I've seen the lost causes. Most of these homeless people we see on the streets, they're lost causes. All they want is just a fix, just to get them through a night of their fucking suffering. That's all they want. And so I like, here's $15, get some liquor, you know, you can get heroin or crack or whatever. I don't condone that kind of behavior though, but I do love the fact that you could get drunk tonight. So that's what I'd like to do if I, you know, if I had like, you know, if I was $1,000 heir, not a millionaire, $1,000 heir, I would totally do that for the homeless. And also, I really want to interview all of them. I really do. There's like, you know, there's those really sappy YouTube videos where they go like, one of the last one I saw was like, okay, here's $20, here's some food, and here's some beer. What do you want? One dude was like, I just want food, dude. And the one dude was like, I don't want any of that. I just want someone to talk to me. And that has nothing to do with the fact that there's a fucking camera right there. But I would love, you know, just to interview them because I want to know where it went wrong. And you would know pretty quickly if they're insane or not. They're like, well, you know, the FBI told me to keep a lid on this. I'm like, all right, let's just stop. I thought I was talking to a person for a second, but okay, here's $15, $20. Here's $20. Go get some Everclear, get fucked up in an alleyway, and just ease your pain for one fucking night. That's all you have to do. That's my gift to you is just to ease your fucking pain for the night. But they're also the ones that are truly down on their luck. They are the disabled veterans. They are the ones that just became addicts and they fucked up their own life for whatever reason, and we're not about to fucking help them in any shape or form. And there are other places. Now, I've never been to, shit, I want to say Portland. I'm thinking of the TV show, I'm sorry. But like Seattle, Washington, there's another place where like the homeless is just insane. And like because they have like no homeless laws or anything like that, so people can just set up tents on sidewalks and no one's going to fuck with them. You know, I've never been to these places, but I know people that have, and they say like they are the most aggressive homeless people. They're the crazy ones. They're the down on their luck addicts, and they're also like the young, early 20-year-olds who just want to play guitar and just live that lifestyle. But they'll, if you have cigarettes, if you pull out a cigarette, they will fucking swarm you like killer bees wanting a fucking cigarette. And it doesn't matter how aggressive you get with them, oh, they're going to match that shit. They're going to match that shit and dial it up to 11. And they're going to come at you because they don't give a fuck. They got nothing to lose. So what I really like, something that's very progressive that I'm seeing, and hopefully this isn't super hippie liberal for you guys, but as far as the addict spectrum of it, there is, like in Sweden, I want to say Sweden. I'll have to research my work, but there is a place in the Central European area where they have completely not delegalized. No. Legalized. Yeah. That sounds right. But heroin, and they've done this with heroin, and they have a clinics you can go into. They will give you clean needles. We have this in America. The places just where they give you clean needles and a safe place to boot up. But in like this place, if you're a heroin addict and you get caught with heroin, you are not prosecuted or anything like that. It is seen as strictly a disease, not some sort of war we need to wage on a group of people, but a disease people have that can be treated. And so they give them free heroin, and clear heroin too, not the stuff that's brown that's been stepped on with sleeping pills and shit like that, but pure, like a big crystal of heroin. They do whatever the fuck magic they do, and they'll give you clean needles, whatever amount of cc's it is of heroin, and will help boot you up themselves, just to make sure everything's clean, everything's done properly. And they will help you step those doses down and help you out. But if you're a lost cause, they will still help you. And like, their crime rate has plummeted. Like, you know, drug-related offenses have plummeted. And that's what we are so indoctrinated with this war on drugs that in our minds, people who are on drugs are just the fucking boogeyman. Hold on, let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, I'm recording. Cool. But yes, if you're using drugs, you are the boogeyman. And like pot, for even back when like we were reefer madness of pot will make you kill your parents. Here's proof. Even then, people were like, you know, pot, come on, man. Like, I don't smoke weed because it doesn't do anything for me. It just gives me medicine head. That's my effect. I'm a drinker, so. And drinking, and I'll say this as a drinker, drinking is 1,000 times more harmful than marijuana. By far. And I don't like marijuana. But I can tell you right now that alcohol is way worse for me than if I was to be a pothead. But there's that. But even then, so we're like, come on, man. But now there's those harder drugs that carry that very devilish stigma with them, like heroin and crack and meth, and those are all horrible, fucking insane drugs. I think coke and ecstasy, which I don't do because I don't have a middleman, and I have no interest in that, because I guarantee you the second I was thinking, you know what, I want to try coke while I'm in my 30s, because reasons unknown, the next day, like, we got to do a drug test, Billy. And then I got fired. Now I'm homeless. I'm living on the streets, and I'm a coke addict now with all those other guys I just made fun of. So no, I'm never going to do hard drugs. But I still believe that there should be programs that help people instead of just demonizing them and throwing them in prison. Our overcrowded fucking prisons, help them. Help these people out. We've lived our entire lives thinking that these people are pathetic pieces of shit. Guess what? We're all pathetic pieces of shit. Take a look in the fucking mirror. You're no different. They just made a bunch of fucking mistakes, and they should be given the opportunity to get better. Most of them won't. 90% of them will not. They will always be that way. And so for those lost causes, there should be programs to help them in some way, and not just handouts, not super hippie liberal, let's pay for everyone's free college and health care, and you know what, $1,000 a day to everybody that lives in America. Fuck working, you can live in your parents' basement forever. None of that. No, help them get a job. Hold down a job. It'll be super hard for them. Give them some sort of fucking housing, for God's sake. Somewhere to go. Someone to talk to. We have the resources to do this. We have the money to do this. And it's not weak for us. We're not giving handouts to somebody, even though that's what we've been told is. If we help out an addict, we are just giving them a fucking handout. If you give a homeless person $10, all he's going to do is spend that on booze. That's what we've been told. Guess what? He is going to spend it on booze. He is going to spend it on drugs, because that's all he fucking has. That is all he has. He has nothing else. Everything else has been ripped away from him because of his choices and because of his victimless circumstances. So he has nothing. So if he wants to get fucked up on the 50 cents that I just tossed in his little guitar case, then he has the right to fucking do that. Let him fucking do it. But I believe that in the future we're going to look back and say, Jesus Christ, we just let people sleep in the streets and we stepped over them, and there's going to be a picture of me like a tuxedo for whatever reason, just stepping over a homeless guy while he's like, you know, shivering on the ground. I'm like, oh, get it together, asshole.